Good evening, my name's Alex Hamill.
And I'm Mark Bum.
And you're watching Examining Cinema. So Mark, let's take the audience back to 2015. We were working a horrendously long-houred, brutal job in hospitality. It had been a decade since any new Star Wars film. We were wary about the acquisition of Lucasfilm by Disney, but we were immensely excited about The Force Awakens and avoiding the spoilers like there was no tomorrow.
Yep.
And then we went to see it, and it was a movie.
Hey, we loved it. We loved it. I watched it 7 times. 6 times in the cinemas?
Yeah, I watched it 7, I think you watched it 6.
Yeah, I watched it 1 less than you.
Yeah, I win. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I'm a little bit embarrassed about that now. 7 times seems excessive. But, like I said, it'd been a decade, and I did like it. And it was me.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. 7 times is a lot of times to go to a movie to see a movie. The movie's to see the movie.
Yeah, I saw Return of the King 3 times. I think that's it. This was 7, and I will never go to see a movie 8 times.
To be fair though, Return of the King came out when you were in high school, wouldn't have had as much money, sort of thing. These days it's like, oh, well, I have a day off, I have enough money.
Seen it twice in one day once.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, eh?
That was just because of a scheduling conflict though. I was going to see it with Jake and Andrew, and I was going to go see it with Ash the next day, but it got pushed. Like, oh, why don't we go and see it the earlier session? I'm like, I'm going that night with Ash anyway. But that was actually the second and the third time, and we're getting high for the second time. So
It's a whole different movie, right?
It was a whole different movie. There were a bunch of school kids in there though, so that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So the opening scene of this movie is really great in storytelling, right? It sets up the MacGuffin, which is the map to Luke Skywalker. It sets up Finn and the PTSD, the stormtrooper thing, which I love that little scene, the little blood and It sets up Kylo as like this Darth Vader wannabe badass.
It also sets up the fact that there's something about his past that we should know.
Sets up Poe's character perfectly, and it's full of tension, full of suspense, filmed beautifully.
Beautiful, and the tension when like you first see the stormtroopers coming down and everything, and in the like when he zooms in on the binoculars and stuff, and you see them slowly coming over them. It was put together.
Yeah, as far as an action scene goes, it's great, and then on top of that, it introduces 3 of the main characters beautifully, and the main plot of the story.
Especially
all of them like the first
too. Like the blaster bolts look. I don't know why they look so much more amazing in this than the prequels. Like
there's just more impact, and I think a lot of the prequels it was hitting CGI things.
Yeah, the real.
Practical. There's one shot where one of the ships is docking and it's like CGI, and then the cargo bay opens and like live action stormtroopers run out, and I'm always like, they've done it seamlessly. It's great. I cut it in here. It's just like, special effects wizardry. And like JJ, he's such a great action director. Like he dropped the ball on Star Trek as far as the script goes. Like he didn't write them, and he wasn't a Star Trek fan, so he didn't get why they sucked. But the action scenes are great. He knows how to film an action sequence. And create movement, tension, suspense, and like dramatic character moments.
Also the theme, Kylo's theme, when he's walking around a cat. I only noticed it this time through watching. It's been years since I've watched it.
Yeah.
It had impact. Like it was just really good.
Yeah.
Well, not as good as Darth Vader's theme, obviously, but it was remnant of it.
Yeah, these sequel movies. I mean, John Williams is like 90 now. He's not like a 50-year-old man. He's like in his 80s or 90s. And they didn't quite capture that like original trilogy or like Duel of the Fates from the prequels moment. But that, the Kylo motif, it is nice. I feel like the score is a lot quieter in the mix in this episode.
I think it's more prevalent in this one than it was in The Last Jedi. That's for sure. The Last Jedi is like, oh wait, is there actually music in this? Like,
yeah, which is sad because
very sad.
if you watch the original Star Wars, like it's just like a fantasy movie set in space really. but the score fucking makes it, man. If you watch that X-Wing blowing up the Death Star sequence without music, you'd be like, that's cool. And you put in fucking Williams' score and it's like, oh my god, this is a fucking movie!
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I guess it's just because, like, he's 100 years old. This is fair enough.
Yeah. Maybe he also got less control over it. He didn't put the editing in, obviously they made it quieter.
Yeah.
He also wrote the songs, he didn't put them into the movie, so maybe they put them in wrong or whatever.
Yeah, who knows? Either way, the score is one thing. It's a little bit deflated in comparison to the original trilogy or the prequels. But I mean, the scores are amazing and top notch in those movies, so it's hard to reach that high pinnacle.
Still very good though.
Yeah, like I said, the Kylo Ren thing works perfectly. So Lawrence Kasdan wrote this film with J.J. Abrams. He also wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I think maybe Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You might say he's written some good scripts. Anyway, it really caught my attention. There is a lot of humour in this movie, but it's a different type of humour to The Last Jedi.
Some of it.
It's like, you didn't like a lot of it?
A lot of Finn's humour I didn't like.
Yeah, okay. I think the Poe stuff works, and there's a few like...
Okay, for instance, in the first scene was like, do I talk, do you talk? That was funny. That just took me as his character.
And didn't derail the tension of the scene. It's like, it's quick, and it's witty, and it's snide, and it's snappy.
His just, I'm sticking it to the First Order.
Yeah.
Because I hate you, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, like, the movie's going along, and you got this quick, snappy, like... Where Johnson would be like, the movie's going along and then like the movie stops and falls and it's like a joke. And the movie tries to like clamber back into any serious nature and it stops the movie, where these moments felt like quick and snappy and witty, like, I don't know, John Cleese kind of.
Yeah, I get that. It's just like the part where Finn was like, with Phasma, was like, I'm in charge now, I'm in charge, and those sorts of scenes, they bother me.
Yeah, there was a scene too where old Solo is like, yeah, over there, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Oh, there's an access tunnel that leads... Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? I'm trying to come up with a plan.
It's like the most obvious, like, that means look there, dickhead. Like, I'm sorry.
Storm the fucking...
Why are you doing this? We're in a highly violent area where there could be an enemy lurking right behind me. I'm sitting here doing this. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Those things annoy me. But he also had some good jokes, you know. But, no, not really.
Why? Why are you helping me? Because it's the right thing to do. You need a pilot. I need a pilot.
Not a fan, but I did like Poe. They would definitely know when he was bad as in episode 8.
No, episode 8 is different humour. It's like slapstick.
Yeah.
You got Poe in like the fucking Bacta tank thing, rolling around in the water and shit, and the lightsaber and the itching of the hand.
Poe's your mum joke.
Yeah, it's different humour. This is like British Monty Python, snap, quickie, dry, where the other shit was like dead shit, Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
So I guess the elephant in the room is the use of A New Hope's basic plotline. We got the droid with the thing that the Empire needs, or the Death Star blown up. It kind of has all the basic beats, the cantina sequence and whatnot. When we first seen it, we kind of gave it a free pass. I'm like, you know what? I never liked it, but I'm like, there's enough here, there's enough different stuff, and there's enough stuff that I enjoy where it doesn't ruin the movie for me at all.
Yeah.
I still like the movie, I'm still engaged in it. It's just kind of like, I don't know, the cantina sequence, I feel like that's unnecessary.
Completely, yeah. I mean, even Last Gun, I mean, there's the lightsaber that was there, but it could have happened anyway.
Her character is mediocre at best, and she feels like a Yoda replacement, which like no character is ever going to live up to.
They're not even trying.
Yeah.
And Yoda wasn't even in the New Hope, like, you didn't need to.
Yeah. So, I think the droid with the plans, and like, obviously the desert planet with the archetypical young hero in the beginning of their journey thing, that's fine. It's just the cantina and the Death Star blowing up where I don't hate it, but I'm kind of like, this isn't necessary, and I'm not engaged.
You just need to take the actual story from A New Hope in order to get us to engage you. If you had left the Starkiller base out there, but then I guess blowing up the Republic, but that wasn't really necessary anyway, because the Republic could have just been not siding with the Resistance because they didn't want to get involved, you know?
This is an observation I discovered, which I think is really kind of detrimental to this movie. I think the copying of the plotline, that's fine. But right, you look at the world of the prequel trilogy, you got all this stuff going on. It's completely different from the original trilogy. In the original trilogy, you got the status quo, right, and it gets destroyed. So after that, like, the world should have been new and different. But for some reason, JJ took it all back and, like, he made it the same story, he made it the same world. It's like, we got the Resistance and we got the First Order, but really it's the Rebellion and the Empire. And it's not even like the Resistance has a foot above the First Order. It's exactly like A New Hope. And because the world building and all that is exactly the same as the first trilogy, it's hard to do something else. Like, what are you going to do else now?
That was kind of Disney's fault, though, because they really didn't want to take it out of bounds. So it would have been like, you have to keep this very close to home.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that was JJ and how much of it was Kathleen or Disney or Bob Iger. But yeah, it seems like it's hard to go on from that point where like the world has changed, right? The Empire is destroyed. We've done it, we've defeated the Empire, we live in this new world now. It should have been something else, it should have been a new story. Like the prequels.
Yeah.
They're not the original trilogy. The world building, the themes, everything's different, and then it's just like, no, actually, it is the same thing.
You could have just had the Republic facing off against the First Order. Even like the First Order thing doesn't bother me too much. The way they explained that is even the whole reason it's called First Order was all stroking back to an order Palpatine gave.
Yes, I'm not aware of any of this like books or.
I've only watched like it was mentioned in the YouTube video something about one of Palpatine's like he had all these contingency plans.
Okay, yeah.
If he fell or whatever, and one of them was called the First Order, which is, from what I can tell, pretty much what the First Order became. It was basically their way of rising back and bringing the Empire back to its former glory.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. So that before he would come and I guess take control again, which is what Bubble says what's going to happen, right?
Palpy's back, baby.
Which makes sense why they call the First Order, because I know what the fuck that meant anyway.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense to me.
And why they have such a hatred for the Republic, which, you know, destroyed the Empire and what have you. But I still just don't see why they couldn't just been a big unstoppable force and then the Republic was fighting. Why did they have to be Resistance who needed aid from the Republic?
Why are they the Resistance? Like they're the ones with the upper hand now. They
yeah,
should
the
have
First
the biggest
Order should have
force.
been the Resistance. Like,
But instead
it would have been interesting to have you're the bigger thing, but they're these elusive, bad, like just that small group, yeah.
Changelings like in DS9 with like they're infiltrating and they're sneaking. The sneaking, yeah, that's very right. They're sneaking into the system. But instead, yeah, it's like, for some reason, the First Order are the big dogs and the Resistance are the little dogs. It's like, what? That doesn't make sense. I've watched
it can't be as simple as Kylo. It's not the same as when Anakin betrayed. It wasn't just the fact that he betrayed the Jedi. Everything that Sidious had planned came into motion. That's why it completely destroyed everything.
Yeah.
When with Ben Solo turning to the dark side and burning down the Jedi Temple, that doesn't mean shit. Really, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But they've made out like that was like this big turning point, and Luke just runs away and what have you.
So I really like that first act with Rey when she's introduced and you get to know her and her world, and it all looks really beautiful and you see her alone, you know, like AT making the gross
lonesome music.
Yeah, and she's doing the tally of her days and stuff. And throughout the movie, I think her character works in this movie for the most part. Like her introduction to it, she does seem like hesitant to take on this hero's journey, and she's hesitant and she's naive. I think the high force power thing, that's fine. It's like, she's really a really strong force user. That's fine. You need to explain it somehow. It's just the being a better pilot than Han Solo, where it gets a bit and there's no character flaws.
Brilliant mechanic.
Yeah, where it's like...
Brilliant force user.
Yeah. It's like the Wesley thing. It's like character flaws make a character interesting. And Wesley's amazing at everything, he's irritating. When Indiana Jones falls short, or when The Mandalorian falls short, we're more endeared to the character. So she kind of has traces of that, but not enough. But I think this would have been fine if in the second movie she went through a big struggle.
Yeah.
But unfortunately she doesn't. She butts heads with Luke.
Yeah, it gets even stronger.
And then she's just... I remember a supercut of where Luke is at the end of his second movie. His hands cut off. Han has been frozen in carbonite. His world's been destroyed. He's just had the revelation that his father is like this menace of the galaxy.
Yeah.
His mentor has lied to him. He was defeated. The rebellion was defeated. And then it cuts to Rey and she's in the Millennium Falcon shooting 3 TIE fighters with one bullet.
Like this.
I like this.
After like
Storytelling. Yeah.
And all this.
You need peaks and valleys,
Yeah.
not just...
And why is it every single time someone goes into the Millennium Falcon's cockpit, they have to mention how fun it is or whatever?
Because that's what the audience is feeling.
But they didn't in any of the original ones.
Yeah.
They just got in and did it. Like,
Yeah. Luke did say something. He said, "Don't get cocky, kid."
Yeah.
What did he say? I
Yeah.
forget what he said. I can cut it in here.
I got him. Great kid. Don't get cocky.
That's great, kid. Don't get cocky.
Yeah. Luke said something. I forget what he said.
Yeah, it's like, I got him. See, shut the fuck up.
Probably because of that. It's just like it needs to mimic that first time we've seen it in every movie. Because hey, remember when they get in the
It just
Millennium
bothers
Falcon?
me. Finn's was slightly humorous, but once again, that was a bit annoying.
Yeah.
I think Finn's character annoys me, actually. The idea of the Stormtrooper, I would have preferred if he's more like a broody sort of character. Like, he's grown up in this horrible childhood and
yeah.
he's really depressed, wanting to get the fuck away, and petrified of the First Order, but not comedic relief.
Yeah. Well, the idea of the character is great. Him like deserting the First Order because of the PTSD of murdering people. But then, as you said, he should be dark and brooding and like filled with these PTSD moments and unsure of his place in the world. But instead of that, he's like, I don't want to kill people. I need to get out of here. And immediately starts killing stormtroopers.
And they're his brothers,
Yeah.
who were brainwashed as he was.
He runs one through with the lightsaber.
Oh, dude, nobody's escaping. This is literally just minutes after he decided that he was...
Yeah.
He didn't want to kill those random people. He's grown up with these people.
They're his brothers.
Who was stolen from their families.
We're just guys working a day job, working towards that holiday. So yeah, the idea of the character is good, but then it's just like they forgot what the idea of the character should be.
It's just the comedic. Long character for comedic effect.
Yeah,
Could have done just fine.
Yeah, that's true. But he's barely in this movie, really.
Yeah.
He was meant to
I
die.
don't need that much comedy in my Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's fuck all in the original trilogy.
No.
And Obi-Wan's comedy in the prequels is like, everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like,
The
but they're always
negotiations
rare
were,
enough.
sure.
Yeah, it added a certain charm to his character, even though it's so terrible.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Which is great, but yeah.
So yeah, that character doesn't work, and Rey kind of works. Poe is fine. He's a pilot. We don't get much of him in this. Or the next one. In the next one,
You get a fair bit of the next one, but it's not his character. It's like
he's arguing with that purple-haired chick.
for the entirety of his movie.
Alright, we should talk about The Last Jedi for a little bit now, then not talk about it.
We don't talk about this enough.
Because this is supposed to be The Force Awakens. So I rewatched The Last Jedi recently for the first time in 2 years. You know what I thought?
What?
Wasn't that bad.
Fuck off.
So stay with me, right? Stay with me. The main storyline with the ship, that's garbage.
Like the main story.
The main story is garbage. It doesn't make sense. There's so many plot holes. The casino subplot, that sucks. Finn should have died. Luke shouldn't have died. I'm kind of okay with the Luke being downtrodden and in this slum.
I was okay with that.
If he got a redemption in the next movie, but instead he died. And the Kylo Ren moments are awesome. I really like that relationship, but she should have joined him to like mix it up. The humor is the worst part. The humor derails the fucking movie. Every fucking moment it happens. There's like 4 in the first 20 minutes. We get the Finn in the back to tank rolling around like 3 Stooges. We get the your mama joke, and then we get Luke throwing the lightsaber. It's like, what do you so other than the humor, the main storyline of the ship, the side storyline, Rose, like the blatant disregard for characters moving on, the death of my beloved childhood hero, which was massively influential to me. Other than all those moments, it was alright. Oh, I like Snoke dying.
Yeah, that was a cool scene in
dying.
general. That was a cool scene.
And I like Kylo and Rey fighting the Imperial troopers.
That's still pretty much what we said we liked in the original times. Just you're not as angry because it didn't catch you off guard.
Yeah, and I went into it going, fucking here we go.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years, man. I watched Star Wars so much, and I have watched Star Wars so much in the past. Like, I've seen this movie 7 times at the cinemas. I've seen this twice. Once at Gold Class with you, and then another one for our review right before. And I had not watched it for 2 years. And I think there was so much disdain and like pain and stuff which faded away. And then going into it, I knew that was the movie I'm going into. And like every 10 minutes I was like, what? This doesn't make sense. Like nothing about the plot makes sense, but it's alright.
In essence, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, Kylo. So Kylo is just still the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
If episode 9's really good, then this trilogy will be salvaged in my mind.
Yeah. Well, 2 out of 3 is alright.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
But yeah, Adam Driver's acting is actually surprisingly good. I was really noticing that in The Force Awakens, like the emotion, especially in his eyes. I feel like that's what he gives off most of it. When I first watched it, I thought he's just this whiny little bitch. But I'm really seeing he is young and he's tormented.
Yeah. I like that. I like the flawed character. I like the conflict. I like the way he's not functioning as he should. He's trying to
Excuse me.
trying to be this Darth Vader character, but he's incapable.
Which they dropped to The Last Jedi, by the way.
And he smashed his helmet. You got to destroy the past, Mark. Moving on.
Where is it?
So there's a theory on the internet that you know, in this movie, well, okay, if you don't know how, in The Force Awakens, Kylo Ren is talking to Darth Vader's basically burnt, fucked up mask, saying like, "Show me the darkness" and all this sort of stuff and blah blah blah. Like as if Darth Vader's been talking to him from beyond the grave, which I always thought didn't make sense because Darth Vader redeemed himself and became a light Force ghost, you know? There's no way he could be communicating with that. Originally I thought, oh, maybe it's just dark side energy residuating from the mask. But there's a theory going around that Palpatine is actually communicating with him through the Force, through that mask, disguising himself as Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even know what Darth Vader sounds like or anything.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that.
Because and considering Palpatine's coming back, and which means he's been playing the role in fucking with Ben Solo.
Yeah.
It just adds this extra layer.
It does. That's
depth.
great. Because as you said, Darth Vader got his redemption and he chose the light in the end. So then why would he be helping Kylo to feel the darkness?
Finish what you started.
I mean, it's such a Palpatine manipulation moment to be doing that and tricking someone. And like, yeah, just like skewing them and twisting them without their knowledge and turning them to the dark side while pretending to be...
Even though he's feeling the pull towards the light. No, you need to keep coming to the darkness.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I hope the JJ works.
It would be the final thing that would convince me that this was the idea from the start. Because they keep saying it, but they could just be fucking saying that. If this happened in the movie, then bang, that was legitimately what they had planned.
Yeah.
Which will add a certain amount of...
gravitas.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word.
Gravity to it?
Legitimacy.
Yeah.
I should have said legitimacy, not gravitas.
I was just wondering.
I wasn't even listening. Which I had someone who said a word. Legitimacy.
It would be cool. It's probably not, but fuck, it's a cool theory.
I mean, yeah, it fits into that perfectly. It just, all it has to be that JJ rewatched The Force Awakens and, yeah, cottoned onto that idea. Well, one more Last Jedi thing.
Let's just do a Last Jedi review part 2, eh?
Re-examining cinema. The last Jedi review. Well, it kind of ties into this movie. There's a quote where old Snonoodles says, "It's time to complete his training." He's like, "Hux, this place is burning down. Bring him to me. It's time to complete his training." That's not in The Last Jedi at all. There's no hint of that. He's just on the Superstar Destroyer, like cruising around. He doesn't say anything about his training. It does.
Kylo hasn't really evolved.
No. It's obviously JJ's like, all right, now Kylo's going to go to his next evolution.
And yeah, and then in like 3 or 4 years when the next movie begins,
it's like
it gives
you
you
hope,
to
right?
be better.
Luke is this naive, dumb kid swanning around, and then in Empire, you know, he's a good pilot and he's moved on, and then in the fucking Jedi, he's like this competent Jedi. It's like, the next movie
Evolution of the characters over years.
An arc.
Yeah,
trajectory.
No. Although they have tried to explain that in the comics. He does like this mind force like meld training thing.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, so that's fucking stupid. So I just didn't watch it. But apparently, yeah, that's how they try and do it.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it to actually go into it, so I'm not going to.
Fair enough. And one more thing. Luke left a map to be found, right? And then Last Jedi's like, I didn't want to be found.
Yeah, it just throws it to shit.
He's wearing white in this movie.
Yeah.
He's wearing white Jedi robes.
Yeah. He's a grand master.
Yeah. Light.
Learning
bright.
the secret. He clearly went there not to not be found. He clearly went there to find the first Jedi temple to see if he could find any sort of thing to come back to destroy Snoke.
He left a map. And then Rian Johnson takes it over and he's wearing black. That is the biggest mixed meanings ever. JJ's like, he's wearing white, and Ryan's like, he's wearing black.
And the emotion in his face when he sees the lightsaber. He went, why would you go to the place of the first Jedi to die if you think the Jedi are flawed and wrong? That's exactly what he says.
That's a good point.
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
He clearly went there to learn more.
If you hated Muhammad Ali, you wouldn't go and you wouldn't live in Muhammad Ali's gym around his pictures and his history and his culture.
Exactly. It just doesn't make fucking sense, Rian Johnson, alright?
Anyway, The Force Awakens.
You're the one who keeps bringing up The Last Jedi.
We're done now. I'm not talking about The Last Jedi. I'm talking about The Force Awakens. So, Harrison Ford as Han Solo and Indiana Jones. The impact of this character on my childhood and my upbringing is so epic. It's hard to explain. He feels like part of me and part of my growing up. And to watch him and Chewie in this movie go into the Falcon and say we're back, and then his whole thing throughout this movie was probably one of the most satisfying cinematic moments I've had.
Yeah, no, I was thinking not necessarily those words, but that exact same feeling when I was watching it tonight when they came on screen, and when he walks into the cockpit, he puts his hand on it and that smirk. It's not a full wholehearted smile. It's a Han Solo smirk.
And there have been a lot of Harrison Ford performances to the end of his career. He was obviously doing it for the money and he was phoning it in. And he did say that he's not a super Star Wars fan and he doesn't feel a whole lot of nostalgia around the character. And the only reason that he did this was for the fans and for the paycheck. But man, he is not phoning it in. He is giving it his all.
Nailed it,
he fucking nailed it.
No one can ever give him shit for any part of these movies.
Nah, man. He nailed it. And he plays a big part in this film. He's as much as the main character as Rey, if not more.
Yeah, well, he's huge, and I like the fact that he likes Rey, but he's still very Han Solo-ish, where he's
Cranky.
Chewie likes you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clearly, he's saying that he wants her to come along.
When I rewatched that moment before this review, I was like, no, I would have actually really liked that. They have great charisma together, Rey and Han, and to watch them as a team in the Falcon swanning around, that would have been enjoyable.
But even when Kylo's penetrating her mind, he's like, Han Solo's a father you didn't have who would only disappointed you.
See, that's where the formula of a television show I think functions a lot better. because he could have explored that relationship and then still had him tragically murdered.
Episode 9. You know,
Yeah.
Now it gets dark.
Yeah.
His character's fleshed out enough.
Yeah, you get 10 hours rather than 2. But either way, I feel like Han really got his due done. I feel like he's great in this movie and his ending is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, there's no question whether he should have died there.
Yeah. The emotional setup between Han and Leia before about their son and about the abandonment and I'll bring him
I
home.
always hated seeing you leave.
Yeah, we'll see him again.
And when he was hugging her, he had this look in his face like he felt like he knew.
Yeah.
If I do see him, he's probably gonna kill me.
I love that moment where like Leia's like, you can bring him back. He's like, Luke couldn't bring him back.
Oh,
and she was like, he was a Jedi, but you're
his father. And he has this look of like pain. But it's almost like he felt. You can see that he felt like he failed. You know, he's like, what can I do if Luke couldn't? She's like, you clearly feel like you've been living in Luke's shadow.
Yeah. You're his father.
But he never held that against Luke either.
Yeah, he understood.
Like as soon as he heard when going back to the first scene where he's like, it has a map to Luke Skywalker and he stops. So he's like, yeah.
That moment's great too.
Or every fucking moment with him there is great. Yeah, when he admits to it. It's
all a bunch of hokey religions. There's no such thing as the Force.
Yeah.
And then at the end he's like, nah, it's all true, bro.
And to them it's like, oh, cool, bro. Cool story, bro. You know, they don't get it, but like, we do.
Yeah, we get it, man.
And that was amazing. Oh.
Let's talk about that last sequence because there's a lot to deconstruct there. I actually have like 5.
You don't want to save that till the end?
Yeah, alright, we'll save that to the end. I've done my little Harrison Ford blushing over my. He's the best. I love Indy. I love Han. Blade Runner.
I was never that into Indiana Jones, but Han Solo, man.
Yeah.
Especially in this film, I don't know. I wouldn't honestly. I'm gonna go out and say I think it was probably his best performance as Han Solo.
Easy.
Oh, good. I was so expecting you to be like, what?
Nah, easy, man. Easy.
He knows the character.
Yeah. I mean, he's cool in episode 4. He's downtrodden in episode 5. He gets with later in episode 6. So he has this whole emotional turmoil and like this whole moment with his son.
He's had a marriage, he's had a son, he's lost his marriage, he's lost his son.
I feel like
because he lost to the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, and he gets it all back briefly and then it's game over. I feel like as we're fathers now, it hits home all the more.
Yeah.
You understand the idea of a father and a child and the idea of losing a child, so it has all the more impact than it did back in 2015.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like when Leia says, but you're his father, I'm like, oh yeah. That's it home. That's it home, Leia.
If Luke couldn't reach him, how could I?
Luke is a Jedi. You're his father.
Yeah, that's done.
Home run.
Yeah, it's fucking so. I've seen that movie so many times, like 6 times in cinemas. I've seen it a few times out, and it still gives me goosebumps.
It's a great movie.
At least the Han Solo side of it, for sure.
Yeah, which is a big aspect.
Well, I mean, admittedly, I feel like if it wasn't for the whole Han Solo thing, maybe Kylo's character wouldn't be as good as he is.
That's true.
Because like I would love to know what Chewie and Kylo's relationship was before he turned dark, you know, because obviously he would have been a big part of his life. I've seen all these comic strips like fans drew of them, like, you know, Kylo's a little kid. As a little kid though, he's wearing his little mask and everything. Just as a little chibi character. And then, you know, Chewie's pushing him on a swing and stuff and all that. It's just
heartbreaking. There's like a whole fucking television series with just like Kylo at like whatever 19 with the downfall of the Luke's Jedi Order and his father and Han not connecting with him properly and all that. There's so much there.
But you could just leave that mysterious and I'll forever have it as a special time.
That's fine.
If they flesh it out.
I mean, you can't do it because the actors are old / dead now, unfortunately.
Yeah. Plus, they ruin it.
That's true. R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. They need to move on and do something else new and different, which they are with The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
Streaming right now. Trying something new would have done well.
I would have a decade ago. Not a decade ago.
Oh, fire.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
I love how understated the reveal that Kylo is Han's son is. Because we take it for granted now that Kylo is Han's son. But this was a big deal when the movie first came out. Everything was shrouded in secrecy. And there was so much speculation about who Rey was, who Kylo was, whose kids were who. And then, yeah, like, JJ resisted the, no, I am your father moment. And it's just, Snoke says it. And it's big-ish, but it's still a little throwaway moment. You kind of, and then it moves on.
Yeah, it still has an impact.
Yeah, but
you know the characters.
He knew how to play his deck of cards. He knew which hand would win the bet and which hand was like, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at card analogies. I know nothing about cards.
I don't know why you did that, but...
My poker knowledge is all from Next Generation. But yeah, my point is, he knew when to make the moment big and epic, and he knew when to make the moment substantial but slightly understated.
It wasn't the fact that he was the father, you know? That was the impact, it was the ending. But yeah, he had it in there as like your father and everything, but I don't know, it was foreshadowed before then somewhat as well. And it's just like you thought of, where the fuck did this guy come from? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I mean, in the original comics, that was already a thing. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah, Jaden Skywalker.
Oh,
Jaden Solo was like
a
dark side, Han Solo's dark side.
Yeah, Han and Leia.
That started a civil war between the new Jedi Order.
Yeah, and Luke and, what was her name? Mara Jade had kids.
And then, actually Jaden Solo actually murdered one of Luke's kids and shit.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
And he looks very similar to Kylo Ren, actually. Not the mask and everything, but like longer top black hair and stuff.
Well, if you look at like Adam Driver's profile and Harrison Ford's profile, they have the same like big Italian kind of nose and similar features.
It's just like Adam Driver looks a whole lot more doofy.
Yeah, a bit more goofy back. Where Harrison Ford's a bit more movie star handsome.
But they look, it's believable.
Yeah.
You know? And I think the fact that how young he looks adds so much more to it.
That's his character. He's not competent. He's goofy. Not goofy, but like he hasn't found his footing yet.
Yeah, and that's brilliant, you know.
Yeah, character flaws.
Every moment that Han Solo looks and sees him from afar, like the moment where he's taking Rey and he looks over and you can see like his eyes watering.
Yeah. They are beautiful moments, and he talks to Leia about it. They're all their own. This movie is very much about Han. Well, maybe just for me. I mean, maybe Rey gets more screen time. Maybe.
No, I mean, even if she does this, to me, this movie is sure Rey has her thing, but it is about Han and Ben.
Yeah. I agree.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Which was definitely the right choice for JJ to do. To bring for us. It felt rewarding for us.
Yeah, it felt like going on this awesome nostalgic trip.
It wasn't like Rian Johnson just shitting all over all of them.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly. Because the way he sort of, who gives a fuck? We're the new generation now. Fuck all the old generation.
Yeah.
JJ had people love these characters.
It needs to be new and different, but it also needs to harken back into why they loved stuff.
And think about it from this aspect though. This was mostly about Han Solo. A bit of Carrie Fisher. That's great. No,
you motherfucker.
No, well, I'm sorry.
No, I jest.
No, but
the
way I see it is he had this massive movie about Han Solo, and then Han Solo dies, and then the next movie set up to be a big thing about Luke.
Yeah, that is so what I took from it. I remember watching 4, 5, 6, and 7 in the run-up to the release of 8, going, oh, I got Han's movie, it was awesome, but do you know what? Luke's character always spoke to me far more. It was always Luke's story, and no, I'm a Jedi like my father before me. He was always my guy. He was always what I honed in on. It's like, now we're gonna get his movie.
And we did.
We're not talking about Last Jedi.
No, we're not. We're not.
We're not talking about
promise, I promise.
We're talking about The Force Awakens. We're going to watch our Last Jedi review. It's up here. It's also scattered through our Next Gen reviews.
Yeah, so just basically watch all the content that we're in. We pretty much bring it up every time.
Any video we've made where we've drunk beers, it's probably come up. Remember how Johnson destroyed Luke Skywalker?
Alex, this is just his wedding. This is like during your speech.
Yeah. My sister and her husband, they work well together, 2 peas in a pod. Just like me and Luke Skywalker before he was destroyed.
I just crashed in the way to come and add my 2 cents as well.
Alex!
Where'd you get the mic from? I just punched the bloody, like,
MC.
Yeah, and just take his mic.
What does MC stand for? Because in my mind it's always been mad cunt. And the MC for tonight, Jim Bob Phil Tom.
Musical composer?
Yeah, musical coordinator, that makes sense.
They're shit.
A moment that Jasper ruined for me that will always be ruined because of Jasper is when Rey and Kylo are having that moment and we first get the reveal of Kylo and he takes off his helmet and his hair is like perfectly styled and gelled and waxed and like parted and it just looks perfect.
I've never noticed that.
I can't unnotice it whenever I watch that scene.
Is it just that one scene?
Yeah, so when he first takes his helmet off, because you know, you should have helmet hair.
You're totally gonna put this on, like...
I'm totally gonna put this on, like, his hair is impeccable. Impeccable? His hair is impeccable. It's gelled and it's styled and it's combed and it's brushed and it's the right level of curly.
You know how much of a bitch it would be to get that hair into that mask?
Oh, being a guy with long hair, like, it'd be so uncomfortable. Like, you'd have it in a bun or a ponytail. You wouldn't have it out, because it'd be pressed against your neck. And it'd all be sweaty and like if a bit moved while it was in there, like and it's itchy and it's hot and
you
it's
put a
sweaty.
hat, you put a hat on and one bit's just sitting wrong.
Yeah.
It's just pissing you off.
Do you know what it'd be? He'd take the helmet off and his hair would just be drenched with sweat and like wet and hanging.
Maybe it's not gel, maybe it's sweat.
Splattered to his it's like it's been like styled for an hour.
Oh, I wish I hadn't noticed that so I can
That's why I bring it up, Jasper. Thank you for ruining that moment for me.
I just can't figure Jasper's guy seeing this movie.
He did watch it when it came out. Him and Tinny went, without me, they betrayed me.
Oh,
And,
shit, he only went fucking
7 times.
7 times.
I wanted to see it with them though.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah.
And yeah, they weren't big fans.
That was a good scene though. That was a good scene. Like
every moment between them in this movie and The Last Jedi is great. I love that relationship.
You, the scavenger. You know I can take whatever I want.
I still don't even know what the fuck it is though. Like,
yeah, and that's part of it, I guess.
Yeah,
it's ambiguous. The kind of.
I do love the way Finn clearly loves Rey. He's never gonna get there.
He loves Poe and Rose as well, though.
He's just a horn dog.
Yeah, and he just like a scene with.
I don't think he loves Rose. I think Rose loves him.
Yeah, that's fair.
To be fair, that was just thrown in there to make. Oh, it's okay, Finn. You can have Rose.
Even though like his whole character was based around the infatuation of Rey.
Yeah.
And a little bit Poe. Not really, but you know, there's that scene with them on the tarmac where what's his name who plays Poe?
Oh, fuck, I don't know actors' names, man.
Oscar Isaacs. He just plays it a bit too. And you're like, yeah, no, they want to fuck.
Oh, Cameron, you're alive. Buddy. It wasn't just me.
You completed my mission, Finn. That's my jacket. No. Okay, good. It suits you. You're a good man, Finn.
Captain Phasma sucks. She sucked in this movie. She sucked in The Last Jedi. I don't want her to bring her back.
I don't know if she's in The Rise of Skywalker.
I don't want her to be. I don't want them to bring
You
her
don't want
back.
to see JJ's original vision for her?
Nah, they fucked her up twice.
Ryan fucked her up and he fucked everything else up.
Actually, you get 3 strikes, don't you? Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, you're out. So that you do get 1 more if we're talking about baseball. But I feel like they fucked her up twice. Just leave her dead. She was a shitty character. She never worked.
Just don't bring her back in The Last Jedi. She was shitting Force Awakens.
Hey, maybe she could come back in The Mandalorian.
She did nothing.
She sucked. It was all style and no substance. That was Kathleen Kennedy. I watched the special features today, and it was concept art for Kylo Ren's armor, and Kathleen Kennedy bumbled in with a latte. She's like, oh, what's this pretty picture on the desk? And Ryan Johnson was like, oh, that's concept art for Kylo Ren, but I don't really think...
JJ?
Yeah. JJ was like, oh, I don't really think that aesthetic works with the story of the character and who he is. And she's like, oh, I like that pretty picture, put that one in the movie. And she was like, do, 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 and stuff.
Does he actually go because that would be fucking awesome.
No. So what's real is that Kathleen Kennedy.
So she stumbled in one day and said, I like that, put it in the movie.
She's seen concept art for Kylo Ren, and she's like, that needs to be in the movie. God. We're back! We ran out again. I'm gonna get a new video card. Anyway, let's just talk about the scene. The scene that makes this movie. That moment when Han screams Ben. Kind of starts.
Actually, just before he screams Ben, where he's staring at him as he's coming out, when Kylo has no idea he's there, and he stares at him. Once again, he's got the watery eyes.
Yeah.
He's seeing his son, and he just can't help himself. He has to go out for it.
Yeah. The music kind of drops off at that moment, and we kind of get like the audio of air rushing through, and it all becomes really tense. Mm-hmm. You got like Rey and Finn looking down, and Chewbacca looking down. And
no one realised until, because Rey that don't come in until after he's already walked towards her. But like Rey's like, Ben! She was like, fuck, cunt, what are you doing, man? You know?
Yeah.
I remember I still remember watching that and being like, fuck, he's actually doing it. Like,
when I first watched it for the first time, I knew what was going to happen, but it was still so impactful and emotive.
And Han's always been the guy to run away from his problems. He faces that head on, which for me was like this huge development for his character.
Yeah, that's great. I had never thought of that. That is super interesting. So yeah, it's like all the little filmmaking moments that make it tense. It's the drop out of the music, it's the dark cinematography, and then most of all, it's the dialogue and the acting. The dialogue is great, and the acting is superb.
He wants
Harrison
to take
Ford,
off his mask. Like, he had no need to do that, but he wanted to. If he knew he was going to die, he wanted to at least see the face of his son.
Yeah, he's like, what do you think you'll see? He's like, my son!
Yeah, the face of my son!
And that, like, just the way Ford says that, it's like, mwah.
He calls him Ben, he wanted to call him Kylo.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me they called him Ben. Like,
that
was Luke Skywalker. Anyway.
Yeah, he meant a lot to Luke, but not Han.
Maybe it was just a favour.
Maybe.
But anyway, either way, yeah, and it was just the whole concept of Adam Driver's acting was fucking.
Yeah, he's super like vulnerable. And
I know what I have to do, but I don't have the strength to do it. You know,
And in the hindsight of what is happening, and you go back and you watch it, you're like, oh no.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
And there was that moment where you're not sure what he was going to do.
Yeah.
He's got his lightsaber. He grabs it.
He does still can't see him on the fence. He could go one way or the other.
And then it's like, once again, like you said, the atmosphere. All of a sudden, the sun gets drained out.
The light comes down and it goes red. And then the sound design.
You knew at that moment what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And it still worked perfectly though. The sound design is great at that moment because it's kind of slow and it's quiet and then it's just like. And you hear the lightsaber, and it cuts to like a low angle, and you see it penetrate, and you see Ford like, he jolts, and like embers come out of his back, just like pieces of him, and then that little hand touch his son's face.
Before he falls. I don't feel he holds it against him. Like he's literally just killed him, and it's almost like I felt like it's like I still have faith.
Yeah, you're still my son. I still love you.
And I felt like he kind of somewhat knew what was about to happen.
Yeah.
You know, anything. I'll do anything if it means.
Yeah.
And he did. Yeah, I bloody teared up when I watched that in the movies. It still hits home hard.
Yeah, I did tear up once. Yeah, that was one of my childhood heroes. Gone forever.
But executed perfectly, and it's a way that it was perfectly fine for him to go. And then Chewie shoots him with the fucking blaster, and he doesn't go flying back. It's like
he takes the impact, which is weird.
No, it is.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, I guess. Maybe he's, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Maybe the angle.
They've set the weapon up this whole time as this like super impactful weapon.
Force barrier. But anyway, and that adds like this. People give so much like, oh, how the fuck did Kylo lose against Rey, and like, how did Finn even stand a chance against him, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Fucker, he survived that blaster bolt.
Horribly
I love the way
wounded.
he's feeding, like, 'cause, you know, pain feeds the dark side, so he's using that to his advantage.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like he's untested and like he's never fought a lightsaber battle before. He's super emotional that he's just murdered his dad and he's horribly injured.
Yeah, and not to mention like, oh fuck, what was I gonna say? I love the way this is before they get into the lightsaber and stuff, how he's like, he brings up Han Solo, and you can somehow hear in his voice that it still hurts him to say it, but he's saying it just to like fuck with them, to demoralize them. Han Solo can't save you now, but you can hear in his voice that he doesn't truly, he's not accepting of what he's done.
And that last lightsaber battle was great.
It's one of the, honestly, I enjoyed that more than majority of the fight scenes, the prequels. Not more than a Darth Maul fight.
Yeah, dual effect is amazing.
Definitely more than like the Count Dooku fight or anything like that. Kylo Ren's fighting style, it felt so like
raw and emotional.
Like all of them
brutal.
there's no power behind their swings, but this one, every time Kylo swings and like
has impact,
and, like knocks people back and shit, and he has such a juggernaut style of fighting instead of being all like a ballerina and shit.
It's less about the choreography and more about the emotion of the characters at play.
And it's more realistic in that aspect.
Absolutely, and that's why the original trilogy was so good, because like those fights between Luke and Vader, they were so about the characters and the characters fighting. Whereas like fucking Qui-Gon Jinn versus Darth Maul, there's no character stuff there.
No. That was still one of the best fights in all Star Wars.
It's great.
But like, the majority of them, like, they're just like Anakin versus Obi-Wan in episode 3, you know, it's just, it had lots of emotion, but the actual fighting itself didn't have a lot of impact.
Yeah, the emotion wasn't conveyed in the actual movements.
But I respected Finn's character so much when he decides to take him on, even though he's like, man, this guy's clearly trained in this weapon. Like,
yeah, and it's completely
goes for it
up.
anyway. But he tried, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, basically in conclusion, Han got served well, a really great send-off for one of my all-time favourite characters. The lightsaber battle is impactful. The structure of the movie and the world building of it taken back to the original trilogy is kind of detrimental to it and where to go from that point.
But not enough to ruin the film for me.
Yeah, it was still amazing when I first seen it 7 times. The Death Star shit, I don't give a fuck. And the Luke moment, the filming of it and everything, and it
set it up to be really good.
It did set it up to be really good. Unfortunately, you can never really quite watch it the same.
No, it'll never have the same impact it did.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, oh my god, look how sad he looked. I remember talking at length about how much you could see in his eyes, how much memories were flushing into his mind.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't make sense in The Last Jedi.
No.
But yeah. We would probably, if we hadn't seen The Last Jedi, we'd probably talk about that a lot longer, but...
No. The scene is filmed well and Mark Hamill does a great job, unfortunately. It's just tainted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
I still enjoyed it, and I think I'll always enjoy it.
I honestly thought maybe it'd be ruined. Like, even my brother said to me, he's like, oh, you know, after watching The Last Jedi, does it seem like you notice a few things that are just not as good? I'm like, actually, surprisingly, no.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it a lot, and I could go back and watch it again in a few months and be happy to watch it again.
Yeah, as could I.
While I struggle to even the thought of watching The Last Jedi.
When was the last time you rewatched it?
When I bought it on DVD.
I rewatched it before.
And I skipped the casino scene.
Yeah, rewatch it before.
I'm going to
Rise of
rewatch it
Skywalker.
for Rise of Skywalker, obviously. And I'm going to skip the casino scene again.
It's not as bad.
I mean, I remember saying that to you.
What did I say?
When I skipped the casino scene, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, you're like, get fucked, cunt.
It's filth.
You put your cigarette out on me.
On your eye. Alright, thank you for watching. Remember, guys, go like, subscribe, and in the comments, go look out. Yeah.
Harrison Ford, you're a fucking god, mate.
Gentleman among men.
A king among men.
Yeah. Yeah. The king of kings.